Hey Hoopers, it's Deanne Love here, and in this tutorial we're going to look at how we can bring some movement into our body to get some funkiness in our breaks without losing our form or our spirit level. If you have not seen the other tutorials, I know they're short, they're like morsels of inspiration so that you can practice throughout your week, your day, your life, your forever. If you haven't seen the other tutorials, all of the links and everything that I refer to in these tutorials will be linked down below. There is a lot. My source of inspiration comes from Baxter of the Hoop Path and of Line and Circle, and then life, like everything that is happening, this break and reversal, this back and forward. How can flow meet structure and structure meet flow? Let's move into it. If you have not already had a dance party and warmed yourself up, then put on some sick beats. Move and flow come from your internal guidance, and then we are ready to go and flow. There are some troubleshooting tips in some of the other tutorials. I will weave those through, so grab your hoop and let's get started. We are mostly working with these hand-to-hand upper body breaks to begin with, but there are so many variations. Let's get embodied. Let's feel fluid. Let's feel free enough with this hand-to-hand break and a few of the variations before we move in to the wilderness of breaks, paddles, reversals, and all of those incredible things. Again, thanks to Baxter Hoop Path. Bringing your practice, bringing your awareness, left, right, left, right, left, right. Coming back to the spirit level, imagining that you have open hand, open heart, whatever the cups of whatever crystals, tequila, water, your favorite smoothie, those cups are resting on the tops of your shoulders for now, and we don't want to spill them because then we just got a mess. Later on, we're going to spill, we're going to get wild, but for now, we're really focusing on this upper body. But I don't like to do any of my hooping or any of my teaching just in one body part. So we're going to bring the rest of our body into these upper body breaks. But first, we need to come to this play. So hand to hand here, noticing how far you can take your hands out before you start to lose the rhythm. Noticing how far you can bring your hands in pinky to pinky before you start to get a little bit wobbly and compensate in other areas. Notice the opening of the shoulders, the softening of the breath, spreading of the toes, releasing of any tension in your hips, and then a fluidity in your spine. How far can you turn side to side? How does that make you open up a little bit deeper or wider in your hand position, keeping the fingers rested but up towards the heavens? And it doesn't matter how many times you need to start again. So there is something that I learned very long ago in my many, I want to say decades of yoga study, and that is particularly in the asana, so the physical element of the yogic lifestyle is if I'm going too deep or too far beyond my present capabilities, then my breath will tell me. And if I cannot breathe, if I'm pushing myself too hard, and I cannot breathe, then I need to come back. Because it's not about pushing ourselves. So we can center, I hope that you've got your hoop and you're coming with me. We can center on our breath. If the breath becomes out of control, then maybe we need to come back to home, restabilize. But I'm going to take you through a series of moving the rest of your body. Now, the barometer for this will be your breaks. So if your breaks are out of control, when you start to move the rest of your body, come back to centered stability and start again. And then practice the body movements over and over another time. And little by little, you'll be able to bring centered awareness to the parts that we're breaking on, and then fluid freestyle to the rest of your body. For me, that's my ultimate goal in hooping, in life. Focus, balance, and wildly free chaos, all at the same time. Very important life goal. So let's come to hand breaks. If the sides of your arms are hurting, you can give yourself some freedom, have a little play at any time, get wobbly, get loose. We're going to start from the bottom and take it to the top. But we are going to be in this hand-to-hand break practice for a while because it takes practice. So coming into a natural breath. And I want you to imagine a centered groundness, as if the crown of your head is being gently lifted towards the sky and the base of your spine is being gently grounded towards the earth. And you want to maintain that balance. And then come into hand to hand, open up as much as you can. Keep the spirit level switched on. And so we bring that really centered balance, dare I say control, and we're going to lift our right leg and take it forward and then take it back. Take it forward and then take it back. Take it forward and take it back. Now come to center, right leg out and in, remembering and out, noticing that you may have to bend in that left knee and you're grounded on that leg, out and in. And just notice any sensations that that's bringing. Come to center, rebalance, left leg out and back. And out and back. And you get to do this in your own way. So I just throw the hoop into the back and forward. Like you may land, you may really ground, or you might just be light, keeping those toes up. Knowing that if you fully are balancing on one leg and then the other, that's going to bring a whole new level. You do you, out to the side, into the center. So notice how we create this rhythm in our breaks that really requires us to focus, to stay calm, to stay grounded. But now we have freedom. And so I want you to start to shift your weight from side to side. And this may be a real rhythmic shift for you. So just find a pattern that works. Perhaps you're going down in the center and up to the side. What happens when you drop deep and immerse yourself in the water and then come up? Where do the breaks go? Where does the breath go? Where does the rhythm go? Perhaps you're reaching from side to side. The opposite leg is coming up. Notice when things start to malfunction and get a little bit chaotic and you forget. Come back to center. We're shifting the weight from side to side. Perhaps you're feeling like you can stretch a little deeper. Go a little bit more out of your comfort zone with your legs, your feet, your hips. And now let's just move around the space. Again, noticing what happens with your breaks. Do they completely lose their rhythm? It's okay. It's fine. This is all just practice and awareness. What happens if you cross one foot over the other, one foot behind? Can you move, dropping down low and coming back up? Spirit level always on. Because of course, noticing if your instinct to drop down is to fully lose that spirit level, of course you're going to lose your breaks. Or maybe you won't. Maybe you quicken for a moment and then come back into rhythm. Just noticing the impulse to grab, clutch, push, throw, any of those feelings. Okay, giving yourself a break if you need to. Wobbling out, loosening out. Let's bring our awareness now and full permission, total invitation to break this tutorial up to if you want to practice for the next week by moving your feet, moving your levels all around. Please do that. But we're going to take our awareness now to our second hand. And once we start to become really articulate with this second hand and second arm, that's when we can start to really bring in other breaks quite easily. But for this practice, just a few more moments, hand to hand. And if you're feeling like a full rotation, with a break and reversal. Play with that. For me, it feels really good if I am standing on a spot like this, which often I'm not. I'm often dancing all over the place, but for the focus of the camera, my heel comes up, my entire torso twists, my hips twist, and my heart center goes to the side. That's if I'm giving myself some extra beats in between, rather than hand, 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 hand. A few more beats. Beat, 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 break, beat, 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 break, beat, 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 break. So play with both of those. But we're taking our awareness to the hand that is not touching the hoop. Can you feel that? Can you sense that? What happens if you look at it? Where does it all go? What happens if you look at it? Whoa, bamboozled, right? Okay, so the hand that is not touching the hoop, left, right, left, right. Can you take that palm back to the back of the room? Back, back. What happens? Does the pace quicken? Notice that we're just about awareness. If you lose it, there's tension building, let it drift away. Now let's take that palm to the front. Do you need to give yourself more space? Do you need to slow down or speed up? Now let's take that hand out in front, palm up. Say what? Notice what happens when you start to close that heart space. Can you maintain open creativity and compassion even when you're closing up? So, back, thighs, receiving, and giving yourself another pattern now with the opposite hand, the hand that is not doing the break. Perhaps it comes to your heart. Notice how you're going to need to shift your weight. And a little piece of homework for you. Can you create a hand-to-hand or giving yourself extra beats pattern for practice, for repetition, for bringing flow and structure using feet, knees, and the hand that is not breaking? It could be anything. It could come to you after practicing for a little while. It could be inspired by music. Let us know in the comments down below. I don't know how you're going to describe it. That's also a creative practice. What your new pattern is, including breaks, feet or toe, tap, knee, leg formation, and the opposite hand. This is making us incredibly intelligent. If we are just doing one thing really fast and really good all of the time, amazing, magic, super cool, yes. If we want to become hyper intelligent in all of our body, in all of our cells, completely embodied, super aware, so that we can move with absolute freedom, ecstasy, joy in all parts of us, no matter what comes, then these are the practices that are going to help us. So I'm super excited to hear what your hand, heart, break, feet combination are going to be. Big hoop love from me to you. Mwah.